Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be reviewing the new Fenty. Yes, this is a new Fenty products. I just got my hands on the concealer and the powder. I know that they came out with the beauty blender, the brushes, and I'm not sure what else. I think it was only honestly just these 4 items, which were the concealer, the powder, the beauty blender, and the brushes. But I just got my hands on the 2 products that everybody wanted really badly. So again, I got the concealer and the powder. But before we get on with this video and this review, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to keep up with everything that goes on with this channel. So without further ado, let's get on with this review, guys. Realistically, your girl is going to an interview right now, so I actually wanted to just keep my face very subtle, very natural. So I got my hands on the Fenty concealer. This shade is not actually my shade. My shade color is 360. That is the actual my foundation shade, but I got the concealer shade in 310 for a highlight. As for the powder is in Banana. This is the one that I got. They had 5 to 6 different shades, and the next shade was more of like, it looked more of like I think it was called Cashew if I'm not mistaken, and it looked more like if a bronzy golden color, but I wanted to get Banana because I'm more fair tone. So apparently I don't know my skin tones because I said that I'm fair when I'm obviously an olive tone. So sorry guys, I just had to correct myself. Let's just keep it going. And I wanted to basically use this as a highlighter more than anything else, so I got Banana. So before going anything else, I'm just gonna put on my foundation this way that I can put the concealer and the powder on. As for foundation, I didn't get the Fenty foundation honestly, just because like I knew the foundations were great, but I kind of just wanted to stick to what I wanted, and which is what I love, and which was the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Concealers are kind of like the trick, like in the sense like when it comes to concealers, it's either gonna do the justice or it's gonna fail you. So I really wanted to try her concealers because supposedly they were the cure. So I want to see if it's really gonna cure this face up, you know. So now that my foundation is on, we're going to do the concealing. So again, I got the 310 concealer, and the shade that's supposed to match my concealer, because these concealers were supposed to have like a corresponding shade to the foundations. So my shade is actually 360, and the shades that were prior to 360, like 340, so on and so forth, they mostly look like the undertone just wasn't me. So I wanted to go for a lighter tone, so this is again the shade that I got, which is in 310. It kind of smells weird. I don't know, it doesn't have like a really nice smell, but whatever. So we're gonna apply this on. Let's see how good this works, because I use the It Bye Bye Under Eye, and that is my go-to for real. See, like I really got, like again, like I got this shade. You see how it highlights? That's why I got it. I mean, it's honestly blending very good. It's supposed to be a creaseless concealer, so I am creasing. I do have little tiny lines underneath my eyes, so let's see how good it does. And I haven't worn makeup, guys, in 2 weeks. I've been barefaced for 2 freaking weeks, guys. I got really sick. I had the flu. I had an infection as well, like it was really bad, and then I got an eye infection, so I was just without makeup for 2 weeks. And because I was so scared to put any product on my eyes, like I just had like a really bad beginning start of the year, so to say. And so far it blends really good. It actually blends really well with my foundation. Like you can't see any like difference between the tones. It blends really well. Some products don't work well with others. It's honestly really true. Like some products really don't work well with others. just because of all like the different chemicals are in together. So sometimes like you can see that certain things are just not blending well, they're not meshing well, but as you guys can see, like this is actually, it's blended really well. Actually, what I'm gonna do is just contour my face a little bit, because I'm not gonna go out looking like whatever, having concealer but no contour. Is this what? Again, I wanted to get the concealer shades to contour as well, but your girl's running low on coins, so I wanted to just really get the essentials, because again, this is about essentials, because at the end of the day, some people don't do what I do, so I wanted to get things that were kind of like that people can relate to, especially for the average woman. Like the average woman doesn't put foundation on. The average woman kind of just puts powder, puts concealer, and walks out the door. We'll buy a product where it's like, okay, yeah, if I really want something that's going to be the cure and help a girl out with concealer and just be 1, 2, 3, that's what I was going to do. Okay, so again, we're going to set with the Fenty Beauty. I love the packaging to this, it's so pretty. And we're going to just put some in the back of the cap. And some people use the beauty blender to set, so, and that's kind of what I do. Like if I'm really on the go and I'm trying to like zip out of here, this is what I do. So I take whatever's in the back of the cap and I'm just going to apply it underneath the eyes. Put a little bit more in the back of the cap. And I'm just pressing it into the skin. It doesn't really look that bad. Like to even, because some setting powders, it's kind of tricky. Like some setting powders is more like hit or misses, so to speak. Like when you put on setting powders, sometimes with the setting powder, it doesn't set well. Like sometimes it gives you like really white in the area that you apply it on. And for instance, like this, like I usually, okay, so the way I do it is when I use like a translucent setting powder, which is usually the white one, I end up having to put powder over top of it to kind of balance out the tone, this way that when I take pictures there's no flashback, because sometimes with setting powders you get in the pictures like all this area like really white, and that shit ain't cute. Like having this on, I don't feel like I need to. I'm gonna be real honest though, like it is seeping into my lines underneath my eyes. So I don't know so much about the creaseless situation, but I do like the concealer though. I'm not gonna front, like as a first impressions type of thing. It's actually really good. Even the powder itself, like I don't even feel like I need to put on my MAC powder. Like this is my powder to put on after I put on a setting powder, and I really don't feel like I need to. Okay, so I did, when I put on the concealer underneath my eyes, I kind of forgot that I put it on my eyelids. And again, it's supposed to be a creaseless concealer, but I have oily eyes, so it's inevitable. My eyelids are going to crease if I don't put a primer or if I don't set it. So I'm going to actually just take the setting powder and just apply it onto my crease with a fluffy brush. Sometimes even setting powders don't even work for me. I have to get like a really good primer in order for it to stay. And so I'm just gonna test this theory out right now and see how it works out. I'm just gonna do the rest of my eye makeup and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am done doing my full face. I honestly really, for first impressions, this concealer and this powder is absolutely amazing. So the retailing price for these items, the concealer was $26 and I believe the setting powder was $35 or $36 if I'm not mistaken. And so in total, just for these two items, I got them in Sephora, they came out to a total of $68. Hence is why I didn't get anything else, just because together these are actually pretty expensive. But I think for the concealer, it's actually pretty good for the price. The fluid ounce for this is 0.27 fluid ounce, so I feel like it's a good compact. I mean, I wouldn't know how long it would actually last if I use this every day. I probably believe that if I use this on an everyday basis, it probably will last me about a month at least. But I feel like it's a good size. I can't complain. As for the setting powder, it is 98 ounces, and there's a lot in here. I feel like this can last you for a good 6 months. Like, this is absolute, like, look how much is in there. That is a lot, and I don't even need to use all that on my face. I used a little bit, and look. Y'all see this? Like, come on, there's nothing better than that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wear it out because I have to go to this interview, and I actually have to be leaving now. I'm gonna see how it wears throughout the time that I'm out, and then I'm gonna come back and let you guys know. But for right now, this stuff is so amazing. So I hope that it actually can do its justice and live up to the reputation of what it is throughout the day. So I'll see you guys in a few hours. Okay guys, so I'm just getting home. I'm relaxing, I'm whining, you know. So around the time that I started doing my whole makeup was like around 1:15. I finished at exactly 2 o'clock, so I did my makeup within at least 45 minutes, so whippy for me. So I'm just getting home and it's 7 o'clock. So I've been outside for 5 hours and I've absorbed everything and took everything in, and this holds really freaking good. Like, I can touch up a little bit here and there. Like, I see I'm getting a little bit, just like a little bit oily here, but it's nothing too crazy. The concealer works phenomenally. It hasn't moved at all, and it's very natural. Like, I really love how the powder and the concealer work together. Like, I didn't have to touch up throughout the day. Like, if I want to right now, I can. It just looks so good. Even on camera, it looks freaking amazing. I'm not like really oily. Like, usually like within like the good 3-4 hour mark, I start to get really oily, and it's always in my T-zone area. Always in my T-zone. And for instance, like me just checking up, I was literally looking at my face throughout the day, and I would look and I'd be like, okay, it's holding on strong. And you know, before I got home, I was observing myself in the mirror in my car, and I was just like, you know, like, it still looks good. Like, it's not like I'm extremely oily here. Like, it actually stayed on pretty good. And even as like a touch up, like, just you see what I'm like, look how good it looks. Like, I really wanted to try it without my MAC powder just to see how good it looked, because at the end of the day, like, the average consumers that are honestly us, but there's also women who are into makeup but they don't know how to put it on themselves. And for instance, like, just a setting powder, because a lot of women go for translucent setting powders, and sometimes it doesn't really look right. Like, it makes them look a little bit white. It doesn't complement the skin and the makeup as well. And so to know that I can rock this without having to use my MAC powder, like, this is the thing that impresses me the most. And so I definitely recommend the concealer, but this powder, that's all I gotta say. Like, this powder is just absolutely amazing, and I would buy it again. Like, if I can give the concealer, the color tone and matching, phenomenal. Coverage, amazing. The only thing negative I can say is just that it comes, you know, it comes in my little lines here. But other than that, it's a really good concealer. But anyway, that's my review. I love the products. She did good. I give it to you, Riri. You did good, baby girl. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. If you guys haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell to keep up with everything that goes on with this channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.